Hi, Aries. I hope you're doing well. Happy New Year. Yay. Yeah, I want to go ahead and do a reading for January 1st through 15th of 2019. Welcome to a new year. Yeah, hope you're doing well. Let's go ahead and get into it, okay? Show me love and relationship energy reading, or show me love and relationship energies present for the sign of Aries. So you have 2 cards popping out already, 3. So you have the Knight of Wands, you've got the Page of Pentacles, and you have the Wheel of Fortune here. I feel like that's the past energy. I'm going to read that as past energy. Show me more for the sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Show me more for Aries. You have Judgment and the Moon, Aries. Judgment and the Moon. And the outcome energy moving into the Knight of Pentacles in reverse with the 9 of Cups in reverse. Okay, let me just take a second with the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. That's your energy, Aries. All right, let me look at this really quick so I can pick up on it, and then we'll go deeper into your reading. So, you know, it's interesting. What I'm feeling here is like an energy where we are, it's like we're confronted with the desire to want to go back to something. We're confronted with the desire of looking at something with fresh eyes, you know, something that may, it's like you want to re-engage in a situation, or somebody wants to re-engage in a situation with you. And it doesn't have to mean that you're just with somebody. It could mean that you're engaging in something financially and you're wanting to go gung-ho into it. But it's like there's a level here of needing to take your time. There's a level here of if you do, you'll be able to build on it very, very successfully. You may be coming out of that energy and now starting to manifest something towards what you want in life. But it's like, you know, you could also be offering to somebody, you could be offering something to somebody, Aries, that doesn't have your best interests at heart. That's also what I feel here too. It's like they'll take that offer and use it for their benefit, but it's not something positive. You have the Moon here next to this Knight of Wands. This is not trustworthy energy. It's calling for you to use your judgment in regard to this situation. If you have a situation where it's like you are working, and well, I mean, of course you're going to be working, most people do, but like if there's an opportunity for you to give towards something that is going to be substantial for you in the long run, I think it's probably best for you to engage in that versus spending your time trying to re-engage with this person. I don't feel that there's going to be positivity there. You have the 9 of Cups in reverse in regard to this person. You have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse in regard to this person. So this does not end up in emotional satisfaction. It's also engaging with somebody who basically is not going to go very far in a situation. They dig their heels in. They don't really want to move forward in things, you know. So you need to be very conscious of that, because it's like we have a small offer here, but it's going towards somebody who I don't think is really for you. If it's in regard to finance and job, career, you need to take your time and be patient. Like you may be trying to overdo, overcompensate, overwork on things. Just take your time and be slow. If you overdo it, it's almost as if you start to miss things along the way, and it doesn't, it's not as effective as what it should be or could be, you know. And it's like it's almost as if you're blind to the errors until they're called upon, until you're called out on them. That's what I'm feeling. I'm getting a mix of love and I'm getting a mix of work here, and I'm just going to have to speak both. I'm sorry if that's confusing. Yeah, in regard to love, though, I really don't think that this situation is going to be something that's going to be substantial for you. It's going to be in regard to this Nine of Cups in reverse with this Knight of Pentacles in reverse. This person, they will use you. They will do what they will with you. And it might be fun, but it's not going to be something emotionally substantial. It's not going to be something financially and long, as far as like longevity, it's not going to be something substantial for you. I feel you're going to be in detriment and frustration if you engage in this situation in a wholehearted way. If you're dealing with somebody, it's almost as if like there's a childlike fascination in regard to this person as well, in regard to how they, how do I say that? In regard to how they accentuate and embellish their life, the way that they experience life, and the way that they go about their life. It's almost as if you're in certain ways in awe about them. You need to be careful about that, okay? Because some of this person deals with a very hefty level of facade. That's what I'm feeling. There's like a level of facade here in regard to this person. You need to be careful about that, okay? So let's clarify this reading for you, Gemini. In regard to a person, I really don't think that this is something you want. This is not emotionally abundant. This is not stable. Forget about financially abundant. This is not somebody stable, okay? And they're more tit for tat once you get to know them, once you engage with them. It's like they blow in and out of your life. Show me the wheel. Show me the wheel. I'm smelling cigarettes. I don't smoke. And I don't have any neighbors. I'm not in an apartment building. I'm in a house. Yeah. You have the Six of Swords. So moving away from something, Aries, okay? Moving away from something that has been harsh. Needing to take your time in regard to this. But also I feel too here, needing to take your time in regard to understanding lessons in regard to this situation. It's almost as if you may have found yourself here before. If this is in regard to a person, this is like, I feel this is like reopening a can of worms. It's like you've been here before in this type of like childlike wonder with somebody in your past or with multiple partners. And it's like now you're having to put the brakes on. Now you're having to recognize where you are in yourself, in life, and how you want to go about it. And, you know, when we give over our power to people, when we give over our awe and our wonder to people, when we allow them to mystify us, sometimes that's great in bed, you know, when we can live within a certain level of fantasy and experience that. But the long run, though, I don't think so. Here you have the 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck in regard to this energy that we're needing to let go of, in regard to this cycle of energy that we're needing to drop and decease. Here, this is fighting. This is a man taking a woman and hurting her. That's quite clear. She's defensive in this card. In regard to this, what I'm feeling, though, Aries, is like kind of what I said in regard to maintaining cycles of abuse. Now, that doesn't have to mean you've been with partners that beat you. I mean, some people may, but it's abuse. Either way, it's abusive energy. It's like recognizing where we've been in situations with cycling with people that are abusive to us. How are we abusive to ourselves? By allowing these things to happen and perpetuate. We have to put the kibosh on that, you know, like shut it down. That's what needs to happen. Show me this Page of Pentacles. You have the World popping out. So you have the Wheel in the World. This is all about lessons needing to be learned. This is about growing up, Aries, not engaging with people that are going to use you for sexual gain, financial gain. This could also be somebody looking at you like a little cash cow. You know, somebody who would be willing to take money from you. You need to be careful about that. I don't feel anymore the job thing. I'm feeling more like love, feeling more relationship energy. And underneath the World, you have the Moon. So needing to pay attention to lessons in regard to self-sabotory energy on the whole, needing to be in connection with the understanding of how we allow people to lie to us. We allow ourselves to be lied to, how we lie to ourselves, you know. We have the Seven of Swords here under the moon. That's a really ugly placement. Okay, Aries, you don't want the Seven of Swords. In most readings, you don't want the Seven of Swords, but especially in regard to the moon, you don't want that. It's talking about self-sabotory energy. It's talking about disengaging with people who treat you as a financial gain, you know, a cash cow. They treat you as a sexual pawn in their game. You're a sexual extension of whatever they do. Show me the Knight of Wands, please. Okay, that flew out and popped up in reverse. So you have the Two of Wands in regard to this person in reverse. Now, Aries, this is not going anywhere. This is not moving anywhere with anybody, okay? Now, this, I feel, is their stance. It's like the secret stance that they hold. This doesn't go anywhere. Look at this card. These cards are explicit, by the way. So if this is something that, if you're under 18 or if you're offended, turn away. But these are cards that are offensive. They're offensive. They're explicit, okay? Now, I want to talk about this Knight of Wands because this card is clarifying the Knight of Wands here, all right? In regard to sex, in regard to sexual deviance and appetite, look at the card. We have two women here spread eagle. We have cameras here watching them. This is talking about exploiting people, okay? This person will exploit you financially, sexually, emotionally. They don't care, all right? It's not in their vocabulary, their internal makeup, you know? You have to be conscious of that in regard to people. Marcel, what are you doing? Don't pee on anything, I swear. Yeah. Yeah, you don't need to be engaged with this person. It's in reverse. It's not going anywhere, which is great, you know? They would take you for the ride, but it's your job to shut this down, okay? It's your job to recognize what you're going to give to and what you're not going to give to. If this person is like a cookie cutter of a situation you've experienced before, you have to let it go. You have to understand why it's in your life again, and you have to release it. It's important for you to release it, Aries. This person isn't healthy, okay? If this is a person in your job situation, this person may steal your ideas. This person may steal your thunder in regard to things, and they will exploit it as they'll exploit your experience, your knowledge, your dedication to your work, and they will take the credit for it. That's what this is in regard to work, in regard to relationship situation. This person's in something that you need to engage with. Show me the moon for Aries, please. Show me the moon. In regard to the moon, you have the Four of Swords. So, you know, not engaging anymore. The Four of Swords talks about taking time away for yourself. It talks about healing. It talks about deep contemplation, taking rest, you know, because we've had enough. If you have a situation that leaves you without knowledge, it doesn't share and shed light on everything, take a break from it. But I mean, this isn't just like take a break from it. I'm sorry. Remove yourself from it. That's what this is talking about. Removing yourself from a situation that's going to be detrimental to you in the long run. You're not going to get the truth out of this person. You're not going to get honesty from this person. This person doesn't speak that language, okay? This person is trapped in a level of dishonesty and deception that they, it feels like it's part of their makeup. It's the way that they operate. I don't think that you want to be part of that. Some people are geared like that. Some people are wound like that, you know? Not everybody's cool, you know? Some people are literally like predators, and that's a fact. That's a genuine fact. Some people are predators. Also, too, there's interesting, like, exploitation energy here. Like I want to say, if you've been involved with them sexually, I want to say be careful. Like, if they filmed you having sex, be careful. There's an energy here where it's like that could be on the internet, that could be being shared in chat rooms, that could be, it's something about, like, Your privacy is not being upheld here. There's a level of your privacy not being upheld here with this person, and it's unbeknownst to you. And I don't think that that's something that you're okay with, okay? Show me judgment for Aries. So you have the 5 of Swords, but now it's in reverse. That's great, Aries. So on the bottom of the deck for the other shuffle, you had the 7 of Swords under the Moon. Now you have the 5 of Swords in reverse, and this is in regard to judgment. This is basically turning the situation on its head and not allowing yourself to engage with something that's not going to be healthy for you, okay? Don't do it. Don't do it. This, I mean, I don't even feel like clarifying these cards is going to help, but it's interesting. Yeah, I don't feel that this person is for you. Show me the 9 of Cups in reverse here. So you have the Page of Swords here in regard to the 9 of Cups. So, you know, you need to go... This card, the Page of Cups, or the Page of Swords, I'm sorry, a lot of people say it's only spying, okay? This is not only spying. While it can be spying, this is a card of study. It's a card of... you know, looking into your own life on a deeper level. It's a card of being very truthful and honest in regard to where we're wounded on an emotional level, where we're stuck in certain ways, where maybe we've been acting out of a certain childlike energy, or we're stuck in a detrimental cycle where we have to really take honest account of it and move out of it. We have to extract ourselves out of a situation. We have to genuinely extract ourselves out of a situation and actively heal. We have to take action in our own life, you know, and I know that that's more esoteric in regard to a reading, but that's what I'm feeling. It's like a deep understanding of like previous hurts, like the hurts that haunt us, you know. We have to take stock in those energies, because this 9 of Cups in reverse talks about emotional dissatisfaction, but it also talks about being stuck in certain ways where we're emotionally like stuck. Here we're communicating, we're having to look at it at a very deep level, but it's like, it's still in a childlike essence. Like there's still a stuckness here in regard to our development, okay? Everybody has something like that somewhere in their life. Somewhere we've been hurt, somewhere we've been misunderstood, somewhere it's not more, but it's not about misunderstanding. It's about immaturity in certain ways. And that's not a bad thing. We all have to grow up. That's the whole point of life. But it's the process of growing up. It's the process of looking at things and addressing them, recognizing them for exactly what they are and stepping away from them, but addressing them, okay? You have the page, the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck for that. So it's like looking into our own lives, being very truthful and honest, even if we feel emotionally inept in regard to how we're going to go about this. But the reality is, how many times do you need to cycle with this type of energy before you get the message that you don't engage with people like this? You don't want to engage with people like this. And why am I engaging with people like this? Why have I engaged with people who take advantage of me? Why do I engage with people who don't see my value? Why do I engage with people who want to overthrow me? You know, it's an energy of that, like, you know, and this isn't going to be for every single Aries, but like there's a big lesson here and a message here where it's like we really have to do some truthful, honest introspection in regard to how we effectively go about our life, okay? The Ace of Cups talks about deep healing on emotional levels. Heal your child, heal your wounded child. We have many wounded children within us, but this is active steps to heal that. Show me the Knight of Pentacles in reverse for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Show me the Knight of Pentacles for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Show me the Knight of Pentacles, please. You have the Hermit in regard to the Knight of Pentacles, Aries. So this is Virgo energy. You could be dealing with a Virgo in regard to this situation. But again, at the bottom of the deck, you have the Moon. You have the Moon here twice, okay? In regard to this person, there are things here that they won't tell you. There are things here that they will allow to stagnate. There are things here that they will allow in the relationship, and it's truly for their benefit, okay? it's your job to seriously look at this situation, to seriously look again at how you connect with people who treat you in such a way. And it's about disconnecting, okay? It's about disconnecting. It's about stepping into your own power, balancing your own life out, and walking away from things that no longer serve you, that are emotionally null. They're null and void now at this point. Show me. So in regard to the Queen of Wands, you have the Three of Wands in reverse, you've got the Six of Wands in reverse, and you have the Queen of Cups in reverse, with this Knave of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. This is the Page of Pentacles. Here, you have the Page of Pentacles here again. So this is, I'm very much feeling that this is your energy, Aries. I feel that this is, again, that childish aspect in you. To be able to move forward in life on a positive trajectory in regard to where you want to go in balancing your own life out, you need, this is the Queen of Cups, you need to be emotionally balanced. Here we are emotionally imbalanced. Here we are fighting with ourselves. Here we allow ourselves to be negated. Here we negate ourselves. You know, there's a lot of energy here where it's like we've basically put ourselves in a corner. Baby is in the corner, and we're putting baby there by allowing other people to put baby in the corner. The Three of Wands in reverse, it's a level of giving up on certain things that we want, giving up on things that we know are ours. Sometimes it's letting go of desire entirely. In regard to this being next to the Queen of Cups in reverse, this is almost as if we don't trust ourselves. It's almost as if we don't trust our path and how we get there. Sometimes when we've experienced a lot of detrimental exploitation in relationships, when we've experienced situations that cause us to feel negatively about ourselves because people override us, they don't care about us, we are treated as secondary, it messes with our emotional aspect. It messes with our trust in ourselves and how we go about experiencing life. It almost causes us to not trust our own intuition in regard to how we go about things. With the Six of Wands in reverse, this is talking about no victory. It's talking about not being recognized, but it's also talking about not looking at things in yourself, not looking at the emotional turmoil in regard to your situation and how to go about getting out of it. You know, this is childlike energy, but it's something that wants stability. It's something that wants to move forth in a stable action. You know, it's at the bottom of this deck too. Underneath, you have the Magician. This is movement towards what you need to do. This is talking about utilizing the energy that you've experienced in situations and combining them with how you want to move forward in your life. Combining the lessons, combining the understanding, combining the pain into how you want to integrate that into your life for your future. Pain is a beautiful lesson. It's a beautiful teacher because it shows us what we don't want to experience. It shows us our I don't even want to say weaknesses. It shows us the pieces of ourselves that need to be addressed and looked at in fresh eyes with new perspective. It shows us how to understand ourselves. You know, if we're afraid of certain things, there's a reason why. Why? Don't be afraid of something. Take charge and ownership of it in your life and conquer that. Conquer your fears. Step into your own power and address your life in the way that you want. You're a fire sign, Aries. Tear this shit down, burn it down, and go at it in a reasonable manner. Like, sometimes we get ahead of ourselves in thought. It's like we want to fix something now. We want to fix it now. But we have to piece it together, increment by incremental pieces, like little bitty pieces, one at a time. You can't just go gung-ho into something or try and run away from something all at once. Like, you have to look at it. I'm going to shut up because I feel like I'm starting to ramble now. I hope this message was helpful for you, Aries. I'm going to pull one card of advice here. Show me an advice card for Aries, please. Okay. So you have the Five of Cups here, Aries, in regard to this reading. The Five of Cups talks about regret. It talks about frustration. It talks about crying over spilled milk. It talks also about not recognizing where we need to move on from. It's like we're stuck in a level of rusty stagnation. It's like holding on to certain things where it's like we need to actually look at them for what they are and let go of the emotional ties to them, truly addressing situations for what they are. You can't stay in a level of stagnation that's detrimental to you for long periods of time. It's not something that's going to be healthy. You have to look at your life and how it actually is and how it's been created and made to what it is now and do something about it, okay? That's taking action into your own life. You have the Ace of Pentacles here at the bottom of this deck. So this is talking about new beginnings. It's talking about utilizing this pentacle that's in your hand, okay? Moving forward onto paths that are slow but steady. But you have to do the learning. You have to take the time to effectively learn. You've got to allow things to burn to the ground. This is the Tower. I don't know if you can see it. These are gigantic cards. This is the Tower. You have to allow things to burn to the ground and let them go. You have to understand things for what they are and what they've given you. Take time to yourself. Be with yourself. Don't engage with anybody at this point. And help yourself heal, but do it through a light of understanding where you're coming from, because that's compassion to the self. That's understanding ourself and how we operate. It's understanding how we tick. There's nothing wrong with that. Introspection is beautiful, but we have to be honest about it, okay? And if this isn't the reading for you, this isn't the reading for you, okay? If you're in a healthy, happy relationship, great. If you don't need to be introspective and look at certain things in your life that are causing detriment and stagnation and blockages in your life at this point, great. This is for somebody who is holding on to certain levels of, well, they need to heal. They need to understand where they're coming from. They need to do a lot of cleanup work in regard to their life and see patterns. This reading is about patterns, childhood patterns, where we've learned patterns, you know, things that aren't positive for us in our life, but we need to move forward from them, okay? All right, Aries, I'm going to let this go. My name is Isel. I'm on YouTube as the Altruistic Mystic. If this reading was helpful for you, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And I will be back in a few weeks with your mid-month reading for January 2019. All right, take care. Bye, Aries.